All right, welcome back to another video from Crypto GiBBY. We'll be going over crypto news today, all in the crypto space. So before I get started, so I can remember to do this to get at the beginning of the video. If you are watching the video, guys, you can speed up the watch time. To decrease your watch time by speeding up the video, you can watch it at 1x, 2x, 1.5x times speed, and that will decrease your watch time. So if you're a little bit crunched on time, press for time, increase the speed of the video and you decrease your watch time. But, let's see, let's move on. Well, if you guys notice, I haven't posted a video in a couple of days, almost probably over a week now. It's just hectic, really hectic. Trying to do YouTube videos and squeeze that time in that you need to do, but then you have other things lined up that you need to take care of, the priorities. Next thing you know, it just slips through the cracks. But I'm trying to get this on a more consistent basis, block out a time every day to do my videos. Which, in order to do the videos, though, you have to do your research ahead of time to go through the articles and things. So try to make sure you get all that done ahead of time. But moving on. So I believe my last video was right after the ETF's approval. So a lot of people in the crypto space, along with myself, was expecting once those ETFs get approved, you're going to see the markets go kind of wow, prices go up. Not really, I ain't gonna say they're not gonna go bonkers or whatever, but we probably would have seen a steady increase in price. However, the complete opposite has happened. And from the things that I have learned over the last couple of years, I can basically bank on there is market manipulation by the people, the big boys in the space, those millionaires, billionaires, those large asset companies and stuff. They are manipulating the price more than likely to keep the prices down low, and so that they can acquire more Bitcoin as the prices are low before we start to see that 100K Bitcoin. So these companies and everybody else who have really substantial amounts of money, they would rather acquire Bitcoin when it's at 40K, 39K, opposed to 75, 100K. So they're here. They are accumulating as much Bitcoin as they can, which means that they're taking Bitcoin out of the market, out of circulation, and they're going to hold this Bitcoin in their stores to the foreseeable future. That means it's not going to be accessed. That means Bitcoin is going to become more scarce. And a couple of things I've learned from a couple of YouTubers is that, there's not enough Bitcoin around to be distributed among the entire world's population. There is going to be millions and millions of people in this world who are never going to own Bitcoin. And I think that's kind of a shame. Bitcoin was created for us to get away from these old world, old money systems. However, these people who are already millionaires and billionaires, they're not going to pass up the opportunity to make a buck here and there. So they have learned what Bitcoin is. They've learned what crypto is. They're in the space, and they are doing what any person in their right mind would actually do. They are trying to acquire wealth as well, although they are already wealthy. So I really hate that the people who don't know about crypto, they're going to miss this. The people who are in it right now, you watching this video, me, couple of people is going to get in soon. More than likely going to benefit in the future. I'm trying to position myself to greatly benefit from what's coming in the future. But I'm got to get things in order on my end. And I really hope everybody else on your guys' end, you get everything in order and start putting more money into crypto if you can, if your finances and your portfolio can stand it. But my recommendation, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, never were, never plan to be a financial advisor either. But I see where this market is going. And yeah, so let's just go on. As you guys can see on the screen here, we have the Bitcoin halving coming up. And I'm going to be really upset if my screen is not recording. I believe it is. There it is. Okay. Wow. All right. So the Bitcoin halving, I think the last time I checked this, it was around 80 something days as well. And its projected date is April 16th, 2024. 3 months away, a little less than 3 months away. But this date is subject to change, and it's going to change. Don't need to spend too much time on this. But as I was recording this, getting prepared for this, as you guys can see, Bitcoin has dropped below 40K. It dropped below 40K a couple days ago as well. But it went back above, but now it's under 40K again. With the Bitcoin approvals that came through, was 11 or 13 ETFs that got approved. And we know each of these ETFs are buying Bitcoin. We know they are. Either they have already bought or they're buying now. So there's really no reason why the price should be under 40K right now. This price should be well over 45. As I said in the previous video, I think the price evaluation that somebody, the financial firm or something, said the true value of Bitcoin should be around 200K right now. And we're under 40K. Probably about to go over 40, probably about to go back over 40K to like is at 39,997. Well, went back down. But, if you're new to the crypto space, this is common occurrence for prices to swing up and down like this. If you've been here for quite a while, like I have, you've seen this and it's just common. Luckily, when I was in, I didn't get scared and was jumping around trying to buy and jump out too much. But that's the thing. If you do get in, do not sell if you see these prices going up and down. Just be patient, hold it. You'll see you'll benefit later on. But let's go to the first news article coming up here. There's a couple things I want to go over because I've been away for about a week and haven't watched too much, even watched or read too much crypto news. So let's see what we got going on here. So first one here. Terraform Labs declares bankruptcy amid legal woes, impact on price. So going through here, a couple of this guy, I never knew what this guy, his name is Do Kwon. I believe that's him. I've never seen his face before. But Do Kwon, he's big in the crypto space. He founded Terraform Labs. I guess they're based in Singapore. And what basically happened, the SEC is on their back. They're surely on their back, just like they're going after a lot of other companies. It's ridiculous that the SEC is trying to basically put a stranglehold and control. They're trying to muzzle the cryptocurrency market because they want to put them under control. That's what they want. Let's see here. What it is, the SEC. Let me make sure I got this right here. Do I? All right. So the SEC, companies, assets, liabilities. Nope, 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 nope. Here we go. Both the company and its founders now face fraud charges and a lawsuit from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. That's what's going on with them. So, Terraform Labs, they were the ones who came up with Terra Luna. And I don't know the full. I was away from crypto when Terra Luna crashed, when bankruptcy, what happened. So I don't know the exact story about what happened. But from Terra Luna, they became Terra Luna Classic. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. But as of right now, Terraform Labs have been sued by the SEC because they said that they have been conducting, basically selling securities and stuff. Once again, that's the same thing they do. Here it is. In a crucial December development, Judge S. Redkoff ruled in favor of the SEC, confirming that Terraform Labs and Do Kwon sold unregistered securities, violating securities laws. So yeah, SEC is going after any exchange, going after anybody who's not old financial system. That's basically what they're doing in the U.S. So it is crazy. It's because Terraform Labs had to declare bankruptcy. And if you guys remember, if you guys watched a couple of videos I did previously, you guys know I talked about Celsius Network. Celsius Network also had to declare bankruptcy as well because of what the SEC did to them, filing frivolous lawsuits or claiming allegations that they know are not actually true. They're just trying to throw whatever they can against the wall to see what sticks. So this, so what I did, I'm starting to keep up with a tally in which I don't have everything listed here yet, everything complete. Everybody who's Terraform Labs, I'm not Terraform Labs, everybody the SEC has a lawsuit against. So just off the top of my head, I came up with Terraform Labs, Coinbase, Grayscale, Binance, Celsius Network, and I think it was also, hold on, Binance? No, it's not Binance. Oh, Coinbase. I think it's Gemini too. Is it the Gemini or Kraken, or maybe both? I can't remember. But I'm going to come up with a complete list, and I'm going to keep track of list of everybody the SEC is suing in the crypto space. But you know, let's see. Going back, I'm kind of jumping around in this article here. But the company right now and their total assets and liability fall in the $100 million to $500 million range, involving 100 to 199 creditors. Do Kwon has a major stake in Terraform Labs, and so on and so forth. This was about Luna and Luna C, basically how they're doing everything, but the prices they're kind of low right now. And what happened, which I did not know this either, that they had another coin called Terra Luna. I mean, not Terra Luna, Terra USD, which I guess was pegged to the US dollar. And something happened and that lost its peg. But that's moving on. But that takes me next to the next article I want to go over here. So the next article is Terra Classic repeg plans advances with 701 million token burn. So there was Terra Luna after it crashed or whatever happened to it in the past. I don't know the full story. The community came together and formed Terra Luna Classic. So Terra Luna Classic at this moment is price is quite low, well under 1 cent and under $1. But the community came up with plans and they're trying to pump life back into the Luna Classic token. And how they're doing is they're initiating token burns. So 701 million tokens have been burned. And they have also, let's see here, Terra Luna Classic community is actively advancing its efforts in line with a comprehensive long-term plan aimed at revitalizing its ecosystem. Over 20 months following the collapse of over 20 months following the collapse of the Terra ecosystem, the community remains committed to revival efforts. Central to their long-term strategy is to deliberate reduction. I'm sorry, can't even read. Their long-term strategy is the deliberate reduction of Terra Classic and Terra USD Classic supply, which had contributed to the ecosystem's downfall. So they created Terra Luna Classic, and they also created Terra USD Classic. Same one. So out of that burn rate, as I said earlier, they burned 700 million Luna Classic, and then they also burned 230,000 USTC. Let's see. I'll just continue reading here. Adding to the strategy, the community has integrated the burning mechanism with user activity, anticipating increased burning during peak user engagement. Furthermore, the burn initiative receives substantial support from Binance, which actively participates by periodically burning Luna Classic generated from trading fees on its platform. So, 7 million burn makes a small dent, but I also had to go back and look at it. The currently circulating supply of Terra Luna Classic is over 6 trillion coins. So yeah, although its price is pretty low, 6 trillion coins is a hell of a lot of coins there. So in order for them to get the price to go up quite substantially, they either have to get substantial user engagement and new users into that system, or a substantial amount of tokens that's going to be burned. But over time, I mean, that's if they wanted to happen within a short time frame. But in a long-term frame, just using the system as a token is going to be burned, the ideal is that as the token become more scarce, the price will eventually start to increase. So it's kind of the same thing I talked about with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu does a token burn quite often. And matter of fact, I got something to talk about Shiba Inu shortly after it's anyway. But you know what? Matter of fact, I might as well go into that article next. But yeah, so Terra Classic is trying to revitalize the system. They got a strong community. They implemented a token burn mechanism, and Binance is also helping by burning Terra Luna Classic tokens that's generated from trading fees. Man, I can't even talk, get my thoughts straight. Crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to go over this Shiba Inu news first. We'll get to my second to last article. But here we go again. Shiba Inu burns 44 million tokens. Rate surges 200%. Yep. Shiba Inu's community and everyone, they're trying to get to that target of 1 cent. They are really trying. And I don't fault them. I'm all for it. I really am. Let's see here. Shiba Inu, an Ethereum-based altcoin, saw a notable surge in trend and traction today, with this burn rate spiking by 200%. All right, let's see. As per data shared by SHIB, SHIB is the website that tracks the amounts of Shiba Inu that has been burned. There's another website as well that tracks the burn tokens. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's two that I know of. So, as per data shared by SHIB, the platform provided insights into Shiba Inu burning activity. The burn rate experienced an impressive surge of 232.85% on January 22nd. The recorded burn amounted to 46.60 million tokens within the past 24 hours, generating significant interest among crypto enthusiasts. All right. The Shiba crypto community actively contributed to this substantial SHIB burning event through 2 consecutive transactions to dead wallets. Okay, so they sent coins to a dead wallet. Matter of fact, this is something I always had a thought about that. I know these are dead wallets, and technically, I think that they don't have the address. I mean, the key, the private key to these addresses anymore. But in the future, if somebody was able to hack those addresses and just miraculously guessed the pass key, they'll have access to all those tokens again, and they can take all those tokens and dump them all back onto the market. I think that's what that means. I don't know everything completely. I'm still learning a lot in the crypto space, even though I've been here for quite a while. There's still a lot I need to learn. But that's just something I've always thought about. I don't know if any token or cryptocurrency actually have like a black hole that I would consider, where if you send it to an address, it completely gets burned and wiped away. I know that Ethereum and Ethereum-based wallets have the 0x address, but I don't know exactly what happens to tokens when they actually get sent there. Do they just get sent there and they just sit there because there's no private key, or are they completely destroyed? If you know the answer to that question, please let me know in the comments, because that's one question I need to ask among many others I have written down that I need answering to. But yeah, moving on. So in the initial transfer, the community directed a substantial 13.63 million SHIB to the dead wallet. Simultaneously, a noteworthy 30.46 million SHIB was moved in the second transaction. So yeah, Shiba Inu is burning more tokens. They are trying to get to that 1 cent price target that the community or the heads, or which a combination of both, their aim is to get to 1 cent. I know a couple of videos I did go over a couple of I did some real-time calculations about if you invested a few dollars into it, how much you would have. I think I said if you invested $10 or $100, you would have, I think, $10,000 if it got to 1 cent, or 100, something like that. I can't remember which video it was either. It's one of the videos in the past. I think I have if you're looking for the video, I think the thumbnail has a Shiba Inu on the video thumbnail, I believe. But I can't remember. Yeah. But yeah, that's the Shiba Inu information here. Oh, here we go. Despite these downward trends, the recent significant burning activities within Shiba Inu community are anticipated to provide a potential boost to price in the near future. Oh, I remember. I didn't read the whole thing, and I remember why I highlight this part. The reason it is because this part up here, it says, furthermore, a broader perspective from the weekly chart reveals a 5.03 decline, followed by a monthly purge of 14.8%. I highlighted this because I wanted to talk about once again of once again, this is all price manipulation that's going on behind the scenes, stuff that we're not privy to, that we don't know how it's done, how the big boys in the world are manipulating these crypto markets. A lot of times, of course, you have trading bots, that's one. And then you have a lot of these other exchanges that are centralized exchanges. We do not know if these centralized exchanges are doing some shady stuff behind the scenes. And maybe they got deals with some of these people that's like, hey, in the order books, we need to keep the price down. We're trying to accumulate more and more. So keep the price down so we can accumulate. And once we get what we want, then you can turn the faucet on and let the price go to how it wants it to go. But information we never know. That's just something I just thought about that could possibly happen. I'm still learning a lot as well. Learned a lot within our past year about how markets and stuff have been manipulated in the past. I don't know how they're implemented, but I have learned that they have been manipulated in the past. And it is no different from the crypto market, anything from the stock market to the real estate market, bond market, marble markets, whatever. They all been manipulated. But yep. So moving on to the last article here. Nope, not the last article. Sorry. Second to last article. I said that previously. But going back to the SEC. So SEC versus Coinbase. And as of right now, and the ongoing battle between Coinbase and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Bloomberg Intelligence senior litigation analyst Elliot Z. Stein predicts a 70% chance of Coinbase securing a complete dismissal of the lawsuit. This will be big if Coinbase can get this completely dismissed. I read this article, and yeah, I think the SEC, what they're starting to do, the SEC is starting to trip up on their own feet. They're starting to contradict themselves in a couple of court cases. So basically, they accuse Coinbase of selling unregistered securities, and the SEC is specifically targeting Coinbase staking. Let's see. Stein's assessments follow a detailed observation of the hearing dynamics between Coinbase and the SEC. He initially anticipated a partial dismissal, but now believes that Coinbase has a strong chance of winning a complete dismissal. He notes that Coinbase's definition of investment could also challenge the SEC's staking claim. So this is the part right here that I said they start to trip up on their own feet. And the company has solid arguments against the SEC's allegations of performing unregistered broker functions. The legal conflict initiated in June 2023 revolves around the SEC's accusation that Coinbase sold unregistered securities and operated as an unregistered exchange since 2019. The SEC specifically targets Coinbase staking as a service program, alleging it constitutes an unregistered security offering. Now, the rest of this is not too much information, is not too much relevant, but yeah, SEC has just been, like I said, they've been trying to control the market and do whatever they can, filing lawsuits, and they're starting to trip over themselves. The judge is basically like, you call this an investment, but it actually goes against what staking, your staking claim. You're arguing two things, but they're bumping heads against each other. So yeah, and I really hope Coinbase wins this. We need to get Gary Gensler out, in which I heard that he might be trying to run for political office soon. Don't know. I don't know how popular he's going to be. but you never know. But the only thing about it is, if Gary Gensler leaves, who knows? It may get somebody even worse than him, somebody who's even more anti-crypto. Just me. Matter of fact, Gary Gensler probably wasn't even anti-crypto. He became anti-crypto because he joined the SEC. And if you join the SEC, you have to sell all your crypto assets. So he's just a little butthurt right now that he have no crypto, and he sees how all crypto markets are performing. But yeah, the SEC needs to change that rule if they want to get somebody who's really forward thinking this position, and people who actually know what blockchain and cryptocurrency really is. Because even me, if I knew what it was and the SEC came to me and said, hey, we would like to hire you, but you got to sell all your crypto, it's a hell to the no. No way possible. I'm not selling my crypto. Not happening. But yeah, good luck to Coinbase. Hope they win this court case, and I hope this gets thrown out, and all these other cases the SEC have against all these other crypto exchanges, and stop trying to classify cryptocurrencies as a security. Matter of fact, so I didn't even expect to talk about this, but since I just said that, let me bring up my notes here. There is I did a couple of research the other day. Come on, note, let's go back. I want to bring it up right here. I didn't do the complete note, but I wanted to know what constituted an asset as a security. And there's a couple of things I found. One, in order to be classified as a security, you have to pass the Howey Test. Let's see, Howey Test. Let's bring up my notes here. If you guys don't know, I use a Zetocast system. And, well, not Zetocast system. I used a note-taking system called Obsidian. Started out with and I try to follow a modified version of what we call a Zetocasting note-taking system. But there's more about that later on. I'm just trying to find my video on Howey Test. Here we go. All right. So there's 4 principles to a item or asset to be considered to be considered a security. The first one, it has to be an investment of money. 2, it has to be from a common enterprise. 3, and it has to be with an expectation of profit. And 4, and it has to be derived from the efforts of others. So those are the 4 main principles that has to be met in order for an asset to be considered a security. If it passes the Howey Test, it's a security. If it fails the Howey Test, it's deemed as a commodity. But then I found a couple of things here. Let's see. I'm just going to read these as verbatim. I got this from ChatGPT. It says securities. Securities represent ownership or debt in a company or organization. They are financial assets that can be bought, sold, or traded. Common types of securities include stocks, equity securities, and bonds, debt securities. Stocks represent ownership in a company, while bonds represent debt owned by an issuer. Securities are typically regulated by government authorities to protect investors and ensure the transparent markets. Investors in securities may receive dividends in the case of stocks and payments in the case of bonds as returns of investments. So, reading that tad bit about securities, crypto does not meet the qualifications to be classified as securities. Because one, they said that they are stocks represent ownership in a company. Crypto is not a representation of the company. They're not, you don't, when you own a piece of crypto, you don't own the company at all. You may have a company that's working behind the scenes to develop that token, but that token does not mean that you have ownership in that company. So just off that little part, there's much more detail you can get into, but there's much more. I mean, just off that little bit of part right there, crypto is not a security. So while the SEC is continuously trying to fight these and file all these lawsuits against all these crypto companies because they want to control the space, layman's terms, you boil it down, hey, you guys' definition of a security, cryptocurrency does not meet those qualifications, so can't be a security. But that's the SEC for you. They're trying to just control everything. But as I said, I'm going to move on. I don't want to be too much longer. You guys know I said I'm going to go over some crypto news as well. So, here we go. So HUD 8 expands borrowing capacity with Coinbase to 65 million, acquires natural gas power plants. Yeah, so there's a mining company. I did a little bit of research today. Mining company, they're taking out some big lump sums of money because they know what BTC is going to be in the future. They definitely do. And I didn't know that well, I did. I'm going to say I did not know. I did know, but I wonder what are their qualifications to do this? What are the qualifications for Coinbase to loan or become part of a partner in another company's operation? But basically what they did, they loaned HUD 8 $15 million. And what HUD 8 is going to do is here. The approval empowers HUD 8's newly established Canadian subsidiary, BidCo, to execute the acquisition of a 40 milliwatt facility. This is natural gas. I'm sorry, before I go through. So HUD 8 just acquired BidCo, or they just formed BidCo, and they're in Canada, and they're basically, if everything legally passes through, they're going to acquire 4 natural gas facilities. They're going to acquire a 40 milliwatt facility, a 110 milliwatt facility, a 120 milliwatt facility, and a 40 milliwatt facility. And it's also coupled with a Bitcoin mining operation in North Bay. How can I get a piece of this action? I want a piece of this. Like, I'm doing research now, trying to do, as I have the time, to figure out how I can secure financing to start my own mining operation, a mining company and everything. But yeah, these companies know what Bitcoin is going to be. The people who know, they know. And the people who know are making stuff happen behind the scenes. Out in front and behind the scenes. They making things happen. Even if I'm starting up small, I got my small operation I got going here. I plan on building over the course of this year and in the course of the future. Just building up. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be too much more I'm going to spend on this video here. And if I do, it's going to be talking about, oh, everything just turned green again. That's crazy. A little while before I started the video, everything on here was red. There was only one green bubble on here. And it was something, I don't know where it's at now. Yeah. Let's see, Bitcoin, BTC. Now back above $40,000 by the end of the video. Yeah, so if you're somebody new watching these videos and you've seen the price here, we were below 40,000. Now we're over 40,000. So it's nothing new to somebody who's experienced in the crypto space. It happens like this, but like I just know that there's market manipulation going on, and it's crazy. But on the other hand, guess who's not mad? I'm not mad about it. You know why? Because the same way they're manipulating the markets to accumulate Bitcoin at lower prices, I'm doing the same thing. I'm accumulating at lower prices as well. And I'm going to continue to every single week. And if I can, every single day, I am accumulating more Bitcoin and other altcoins as well. But guys, that's it for today's video. I do want to thank you all if you stuck around to the end of the video. I will ask you kindly, if you can, like the video, leave a comment if you can, anything you liked about the video, anything you've seen a correction, anything that you need to add your 2 cents about, your 2 satoshis, as other people say. Also, guys, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with somebody who you think will benefit from the content of this video. I do want to thank you all again for the last time, and I will see you all in the next video. This is Crypto GiBBY, and I am out. Peace.